This episode of Super GG Radio is brought to you by our Patreon. Patrons of the show can get our Dogs of Super GG Radio newsletter, Super GG Radio stickers to slap on your closest PC or bag, input on what we cover, game nights with the hosts, and even a chance to win a copy of an indie we talked about. Not only that, but 90% of all patron contributions go to the Children's Miracle Network of Hospitals. Visit patreon.com/superggradio to learn more.
What's good, Internet, and welcome to session 222 of Super GG Radio, where friends chat about video games and all things adjacent. This week, we're doing a crazy mashup for the crew. So I'm your host, and potato skin covered in crispy bacon, Eric Gaddy Gettinger. With me, as always, is the yummiest plate of skirt steak tacos, Alex of Rona. Alex, what is your choice of salsa?
That's like a normal rotation for me is skirt steak tacos. I'd say probably twice a month. And now I'm real hungry. Got some leftovers in the fridge though. That's gonna be lunch tomorrow. Just like some skirt steak. Like I don't eat anything. Maybe an egg. Also, this is making me real hungry. Yeah, it's making me real hungry. Salsa. You said I'm guessing verde, and you know that's absolutely correct.
Oh man.
I have GERD. I can't go too hot, so verde is like a nice flavor.
Yeah, do you make it yourself, or do you get some of that store-bought?
I have made it myself, but no, lately I go store-bought. I haven't really had the time.
Yeah, you just have to find the right supermarket to purchase it at, because you don't want to, I don't know, sometimes you get the, like, garden salsa, and it's not great, so.
Just gotta make sure it's not from New York City.
I don't.
New York City.
I don't consider anything that comes in a jar.
Robin's Daycare is right across the street from a Latin grocery. So
yeah,
good
stuff
very
there.
Nice.
There you go. All right. Very nice, Alex. Very nice, but not as nice as Mr. Chicken Sandwich. Yep, I like to imagine him soaked in some garlic buffalo sauce. Joel DeWitt. Any additional toppings?
Pickles? I feel like pickles is a good mainstay on a sandwich like that. Maybe some lettuce if you're feeling like having some roughage on the sandwich. If it's particularly saucy, might do like a little bit of mayo on the bun just to sort of like cut into it. Or maybe blue cheese. Just get the ranch.
Yeah.
Cut it with mayo. Never thought I'd hear that.
There's a bleep in there now.
What did he say?
He said bull shirt.
Is that a swear?
Brok, you get to decide whether or not that counts.
That absolutely counts, Brok. You know it.
Oh no.
Does that mean I have video game punishment?
Video game punishment.
Dude, you gotta buy that Lion King game and then you gotta play it.
Oh,
2 hours.
I don't need to buy it. I think it's on my Super NES Classic or something. I'll just dig that bull.
And there it is again.
I mean, it's already. I've broken the seal. I might as well just go all in at this point.
I don't know if that counts. I think you might have to do 4 hours now.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Well, it should get progressively worse the more you do it. So try and calm it down a little bit. All right. Oh yeah, we're such a scrumptious group of guys here. Finally, let me introduce a steamy plate of meat and cabbage, Alec Parks.
Yeah, I feel like it's a missed opportunity, but it's still just a dish I can't turn away.
Like that. See that guy in the bottom frame looking like an absolute treat? Yeah, I'm talking about you, Alex. I'm waiting all week to say that. Okay. Now I can knock it off. Hey,
Somebody
Internet.
needs to call HR.
Alex is HR. What are you talking about?
Oh, right.
He's the one that taught me
You should
that.
see us at cons. It's real rough at cons. There's a lot of
There's a lot of touching. It was inappropriate.
A lot of forward statements there, yeah.
And again, he's the one who taught me the whole treat thing, so blame him. All right, Internet. Well, you should come and stay a while sipping some of this boba that is Super GG Radio. You like that?
All right.
Nothing like some refreshing tapioca. It's a lot more appealing than like 15 years ago. Did you guys have a lot of tapioca growing up? Like, I didn't get into it until boba became a thing.
Oh, I did. I love tapioca pudding.
Yeah.
I'm a big pudding person, like, as a whole. Love pudding. Like, all day.
Joel.
It was boba, my first introduction. What was really weird, last time I got bubble tea was on a vacation, and I got it, and I didn't specify what they were putting in it, and they were like these things like popped instead of the actual tapioca.
Ooh.
Totally ruined the mood. just not my expectation. It was most disappointing part of my trip.
Popping boba just has such a different mouthfeel.
It's hollow, and it has this little like crackle to it. It's wrong.
The word mouthfeel.
You know,
Yeah.
we're sophisticated here.
I like to...
I watched. There was a good 5 years where I watched nothing but Food Network, so mouthfeel has become like a normal thing in my vocabulary.
You like to toss it in there, guy? It's got real good mouthfeels.
Like some croutons, you toss it in. Makes
All
the
right.
statement crunchy.
So it turns out this is a video game podcast, so this week we're going to go ahead and fuel your nightmares and early adopters, tell the news about our summer vacation, and then return from the ashes and early adopters. No, that doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right at all. One of those should be the backlog. Hey, backlog. Yeah, we're gonna return from the ashes and the backlog. Sorry, I'm also real mad that I see Sea of Stars in the backlog, and that game isn't even out, so somebody needs to figure out their life here. I'll give you early adopter time to talk about Sea of Stars,
Fair.
but I'm not giving you backlog time. The game
By the time that this podcast
here's
would have
the
gone
definition
live.
of early adopters. You're defeating the definition.
We are
of it.
really we have not gotten to games yet. We should probably talk.
No,
about
I think
some
we need
games.
to hash this out. Let's figure this out real quick.
We're gonna go on the internet.
Let's decide the parameters of this.
I'm gonna
An
flex
early
the-
adopter is...
Do we have a time range from release that counts as early adopter? Is it a 1 to 2 week frame post launch?
When Alex introduced me on the podcast, he said that early adopters are anything that has been released within the last 2 months. And I think that we've gotten more specific, and we've not done that as much, but the day we're releasing this on what? This will be on podcast form, just audio, on the 28th? Or it'll be on the 27th?
Well, it had to be the 28th in order to make sure we're not breaking embargo.
Oh, there you go.
Well, in both Joel's defense and also to make a snide comment at Joel, podcast's supposed to go up on Sunday, Joel.
Oh, snap.
I just figured nobody noticed because nobody said anything. So I did set the rules. So
Just like you've been snarking on TikTok against me, we know, Joel. I notice.
Joke's on you. There are no rules.
look, I'll gladly let you send me any lore videos you'd like to. It's just not a guarantee I'm going to look at it. Especially for Skibbity Toilet or other Roblox games.
Skibbity Toilet.
Skibbity Toilet. Yeah.
Don't know what that
backlog
is.
now?
Don't care to find out.
Oh, there's an episode 1 through 57 series list. They're only 20 seconds long. It'll take you 20 minutes to see everything.
I'm not doing that. But you know what I am doing? I'm going to take us to early adopters, where we play alphas, betas, and games that drive me bonkers. I'm going to do it. This week we're going to talk about Spider Fox. Spider-Fox.
Whose idea was this? We all know whose idea it was.
That was a me thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. It looked real weird.
So, Alex doesn't like spiders.
No.
And
I
imagine...
mean, there
so
are people. That's
adorable.
the difference here is that there are people, a la our friend of the podcast and streamer friend, Kevin Hartwig has a deathly fear of spiders. I've seen him scream very violently at the idea of spiders. It used to be a fun thing to say there was a spider near him, but it actually became mean because he is so deathly afraid. For me, I just am. I don't love him. I don't need him. Don't got to be around him.
Do you need one in the shape of a fox?
I absolutely don't. I don't. I don't need a fox with 8 legs. A little critter crawling around a forest, shooting little spindly webs and grappling hooking everywhere. And that's what Spider Fox is. Spider Fox is a character platformer, throwback to your Mario 64s and your Crocs, as you will. Croc for PlayStation 1. There's a new kind of resurgence in this kind of like, hey, you remember the N64? We can still make games like that. Here you go. Super Kiwi 64, I beat that last year, was a 2-hour N64 experience. Now, Spider Fox is very similar. There was a mad scientist who put together a bunch of abomination of animals together. I believe I saw a dog chicken.
Yeah.
Was it dog chicken? And then there was a deer raccoon, I believe, or something like that. There was like a deer. And you have the power to heal them with your webs. And so you cryptidly crawl around.
You can separate them with your webs. There's no healing the damage that's already
healing.
been done.
The word, the text they say in the game is heal them with your webs.
And I'm telling you right now, you can't heal the damage that was done to those poor animals.
You're talking about emotional damage. The physical damage you can. The physical damage you can. Will they need years of surgery? Or not surgery. Will they need years of therapy? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But
they need raccoon therapy.
Yes.
Therapy.
But they are no longer two
Glued
creatures
together?
Combined. Yes.
It's not actually the act of gluing them together, but it's just mixing and matching.
The body of one with the head of another. Well, that's general.
But it's to the point where the Spider Fox is the head of the fox, but his body even has the tone and the color of this, like a fox on a spider torso. So
it's like if you skinned a fox in a real creepy way and put his fur all over a spider. It's a weird. I kept thinking this spider is just wearing
with words.
Would you rather have it be a fox body and a spider head?
No, I would have rather. No, I would have rather been a spider body. Well, no, that also would have been gross. The whole idea is gross. That's what I'm getting at. But in this case, it feels like and looks like if a spider had murdered a fox and lived in its carcass, and it was upsetting.
That's a good way to put it.
Oh, a spider wearing a fox suit.
His
A
tail,
furry,
but not like a real
spider.
suit.
A spider
like it had done
furry.
something.
And
it
his
had done
tail?
something wrong to this fox.
I'm sorry,
But
I'm going to ask
nonetheless.
again. And the tail?
Did it have a tail?
It did have a tail.
It
tail
did.
I
is
tried
freaking
not to look at the
adorable.
fox, guys. I tried not to look at the fox. Whenever the opportunity arose, I looked away. I
did
looked
you play?
everywhere but the fox.
All right.
Which arguably, that means they were effective. They did the thing they set out to do. That's fine. I will say this game was adorable in its level design and its characters. You would get gems for upgrades, and if you charged up your webs, you would do a super web, which could take out drones that were made by the mad scientists, and your job was to shoot webs at the animals to get to separate them. And then you would also upgrade your jumps. You had a grapple hook webbing. And that sums it up roughly, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This
This is a really good taste of what this game could be.
It's pretty big. The demo really gave you an open area to explore. There's also did you guys take the time to do the web swinging challenge stage?
I did it
Yes.
once.
Mm-hmm.
I got 45 seconds.
Okay.
Oh, you actually got a time.
Yeah.
I felt
Yeah.
like I could not get a hold of the web swinging like at all.
Really?
And that could be me. That could be that could have been a fault of mine. So I end up just being like, I don't know. I just kind of want to get to the end because I don't know if I can grasp. I wasn't good at grasping the grapple hook mechanics.
Yeah, it can be a little bit tricky. So in my experience with it, finding items was not too difficult, but were you able to find a lot of the food and the web, like the regular webs, after a while, or did it just seem like you ran out of them?
It kind of seemed like you ran out. What you got was what you got.
Mm-hmm.
I found a bunch of them. There was a lot of treasure chests that had extra webs in there, and I was collecting gems up the wazoo. And I think that, so I guess the most recent, I brought it up already once, but I guess the most recent example I have is with the Super Kiwi 64, in that I feel like the sweet spot is a smaller environment. I feel like for instance, let's go to the classic Mario 64. That first Babam level, while it feels like there's a lot in there to explore, it's actually relatively small in scope and scale. Like you hit walls pretty fast, and it keeps you that every corner is generally filled with an activity, and if there isn't space for an activity, they don't use it. It's a wall. And I feel like with Spider Fox, I feel like this could benefit from a little bit of just bring it in. Just bring it in a little bit, because there was a lot of sprawling space that I end up just like walking from point A to point B to get to
I
the
think that
next
might
activity.
be your problem, because the web swinging, that was a lot of what I was doing. I was like, I can do this pretty effectively, and then like zip around.
I was for some reason I was like at one point in a giant field with like nothing around.
I thought that there were still some trees. I didn't think you had to go very far in order to find them. I still felt like there was a lot to do. There were
Oh yeah,
tons
There's
of
a lot-
animal
there's a lot
combinations
going on.
I didn't even see. There were 70 or something ridiculous. It was some obscene number when you walk into the stage, and I was like, what?
There were definitely some repeats, though. It wasn't 70 unique combinations.
And if you got a pineapple that was made all webs, super webs,
For a couple of seconds, yeah.
that's pretty cool.
You turn all multicolor rainbow. There was one that like it temporarily highlighted all the spots where the animals were.
Yes.
I wish it lasted longer.
Oh, yeah.
There was also there's a lady like there's a couple of NPCs that give you like little mini quests and stuff, and there was one lady that goes, if you give me like 1,000 webs, I'll give you a mini map, and I was like, no, are you nuts? But there was a power up I got that gave me the mini map for like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that was enough of like, okay, I'm gonna memorize the positioning of the things on the mini map that I should go see next. And it was like, okay, up like northeast, and one to just straight east. Okay, those are the 2 points that I'm gonna go to next.
So
I think this game is very effective in selling what it's trying to do. I think that this is a good good start and a good idea.
you also
Did you
went
guys go
back
to
and-
did you guys see any other levels? Because there was a couple. I think there was other maps.
I don't think
No,
I got
only down
enough
to the
of-
forest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did go back and upgrade at one point. I was like, yeah, I got like 1,000 of these gems, and I don't know what to. And I went back and I was like, oh, that spent these super quick.
Nice.
I kind of wish the gems got you the permanent minimap instead of the hidden
webs.
coins.
Oh, was it the coins or the webs that
It was
somebody?
the webs. It was 1,000 webs. The coins, the guy would give you something.
Yeah.
special. I can't remember.
Oh, the guy told me he would give me a minimap for 3 coins.
Maybe that was it.
The lady said something for 1,000 webs though. There was a
Yeah, she'd give you a hint to where one of the coins it was.
That's what.
Oh,
but,
that's what it is. Okay, you're right.
but I never had that many webs because I was too busy trying to survive. It felt like
I
my
got like 600.
webs were super weak, so I had to keep using the charged attack to go after things.
Does that cost more webs?
Yeah, it does.
It does.
50. It's a
Wow.
hefty fee. You should feel
I guess
bad.
I wasn't seeing it. I saw like 3 drones max, and if anything, they were easily avoidable.
Well, it was the drones and then the rock monsters.
The rock monsters fell to regular webs.
They could, yeah. But I was like, get away from me! Ah! And I Kamehameha'd them in the face
Nice.
with my butt webs. You like that,
I don't
Alex?
think they were coming out your butt.
Where else do webs come out of?
Well, in this case, it seemed like it was coming out of his mouth.
That anatomy doesn't work at all.
Nope.
What about Spider Fox do you think has to be accurate anatomy?
It's a spider and a fox already, so...
I don't think that they were going for accurate anatomy.
All right. On a scale of terribly uncomfortable to, you know what? Just tell me if you're going to wish list this one. Who's going to wish list it? Anybody?
It's just not really the type of game I typically go for. It's one of those 3D like collectathon style games, and I think it.
Joel, why do you hate Banjo-Kazooie?
Well, that's
said
where
it-
I was just going. Like Mario 64
You've said it enough
has.
times that we all know, Joel, that you don't like Banjo-Kazooie. What's your problem with Banjo-Kazooie?
I feel like
offensive
I've
to Banjo.
rarely said Spyro's better. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Whoa!
Am I
Wow.
wrong?
He took 1 foot off of his Nintendo pedestal and used it to climb higher.
I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, who was it? Was it Devon Sawa or whatever? Who's Spyro? Still.
Sure.
So what you're saying is that you hate Banjo.
Can't believe you would say that.
I like Banjo in theory more than in practice.
No, I just mean out of Banjo and Kazooie. So
Oh. No, I like... Kazooie's cool.
yeah, exactly. So that's why you hate Banjo.
Yeah. I don't have time for Banjo.
It was Elijah Wood
He was Spyro?
in one of them.
Mm,
Spyro
Just
the
one of
Dragon, and Dark Spyro, and Legend of Spyro.
not my Spyro.
Still.
But is he your Mr. Frodo?
Always.
He's definitely he's not my Banjo, that's for sure.
But
I'm feeling real saucy today.
Oh, don't be saucy. That's Joel's job. Remember, he's covered in buffalo sauce. Garlic
That's such a
buffalo sauce.
That is just a terrible visual, and just how much that would burn.
All right.
Like-
Would you rather that, or would you rather I repeat the words lukewarm hot dog?
Lukewarm hot
squelch.
dogs.
Or squelch.
Ooh, squelching noises.
Oh,
Alec got so upset when I said the word squelch.
no. Stop
Yeah,
it.
those aren't trigger words for me. So
Really?
What about moist?
Yeah, that's everybody's trigger.
no,
stop doing that.
I've been inoculated to that one. I've just
Lot of
heard it too
baking
many
shows?
times.
Baking shows will do it to you.
No,
Yeah,
I
I
just
will.
knew people who would deliberately try to bother people by saying
No one
moist.
wants a soggy bottom.
Ah.
Well, no, I guess I just have to figure out some weird food words to throw together to throw off Joel. All
We got a
right.
lot of episode titles here.
Lukewarm hot dog. I'm still going with it.
Soggy bottoms.
Hey guys.
It's about pie.
Did you?
About pie crust.
Hey guys, did you play Remedium?
I did play Remedium.
You
Briefly.
did.
Briefly.
Oh, like how long?
20 minutes.
20 minutes? How far did you get?
Not very. I got to one bigger monster that had to be defeated by taking down a handful of turds before being able to hurt him.
That took you 20 minutes?
To get to that spot, I think. Yeah.
Really? Alex?
Oh, I made it past that, but
Is that supposed to be quicker? Is that an indictment?
Did that take you 20 minutes to get to? No?
nah, I shaved out 5 minutes off that time.
How long did you play?
Me?
Yeah.
30.
30 minutes? How far did you get?
I don't remember. I didn't see a boss.
You,
I mean, I thought that was the first boss, so.
I think that was the first boss. And then did you start to get corrupted? Did you start to get sick?
No, I was doing upgrades and stuff, and then I kind of kept going and started fighting new enemies, but no. What was the corruption? Tell me about it.
Oh, so
Well, first, explain. Just paint me a word picture on this game, Getty.
what is Remedium? hey guys, you know Diablo? How about
And you
I hand
say
you
that you say I'm the guy that dwindles down every game
hey,
into something.
how about I take a character, just like a generic character, hand him a suit of armor and a shotgun and a grenade, and there's Remedium. All right, so top down, isometric. You got some dude who is stacked in armor. You got your trusty shotgun. You got a handful of grenades. And you're running around killing a whole bunch of monsters. The monsters...
More than a handful, to be fair, Getty. It's infinite.
Yeah, well, you have to wait for the cooldown. Come on.
Fair.
Cooldowns are everything in this game. In what I played of Remedium, it was only 27 minutes. I'm sorry that I couldn't play longer. I thought we were going to get into the playtest sooner, but I didn't see it available until last night. And then I had limited time. But... there's not a terrible amount of storytelling that takes place at the beginning. Best I could gather is that you're here to fight some type of corruption, and you're going to do it guns blazing. So, like I was saying, monsters vary. Sometimes you have dog enemies. Other times there's these birds, and then there's
Crows.
Birds, crows. I think at one point they look like harpies, and then progressively larger. One point I'm pretty sure I was fighting a rhinoceros with armor plating on his front side. There's one that was shooting yuck out of his bum. I don't know how else to describe it. It was like green goo that he kept just launching at me with his butt. And, the controls, they are very manageable. The gun you can just hold down and fire infinitely. Grenades are on a cooldown. The amount of armor your character has is healthy. It's like 500 points. You can take quite a beating before it becomes an issue. The armor is plentiful. So I went ahead and played this on medium during my jaunt.
Same.
I only died once, and that's where I called it. But I made it past that first boss. And then it seemed like it separated ways. Like you could go one way or the other way. I went into what was like a medical ward, and then into a hospital, and then I went underground in the hospital. The enemies swarm. So usually when you're exploring, you want to have a nice defensible position and like throw your grenades and fire your gun. But where I got to was just kind of anarchy. It's still kind of fun, but the sickness. So... as I was progressing it would do like a slowdown on the character, and then it would be like, you've been not poisoned, but you've acquired a new disease. One of them was
new disease.
Yeah, one of them was amnesia, and then the other one I don't recall, but each of the diseases has negative impacts to your character. However, if you get enough of the materials that are lying around when you kill monsters, you can use it to craft some type of cure. Now, since I didn't go after I died, I didn't see if that reset, but I had 2 illnesses, and I only collected enough of the recipes to make 1 cure for a disease. But it looked like, based on how many were available, your character could probably get inflicted with 8 diseases, and each one had 4 different cures that you could apply. So the one that I had that I was able to unlock, the negative impact was something like you collect less armor, but then after I cured it, it also gave me a reduction to cooldowns. So
Nice.
you're still going to be hindered a little bit, but there's ways to improve it. What about the dash? Did you guys like that dash?
It was pretty good.
I did I did the Doom mode, which is that I just started like dashing backwards and shooting, throwing grenades. It's just like kiting everything in a circle. That was my whole thing here.
It's a good tactic.
No.
What happened when the enemy started coming from behind you?
I would have to dash through them, so they were back to my front, and I was going backwards again. I would always thread the needle. I would like, oh, okay, I see two behind me, dash between them, boom.
Yeah.
Now they're in front of me with the rest of the pack.
it was a little weird because I felt like even if you killed everything behind you, they'd still show up.
It might be like a spawn thing that it's just like it's really trying to like just keep the situation going.
Yeah, it's really intense.
It is worth noting this is actually in playtest, so it's not even necessarily a demo. Like it's early trial stuff. So I even got bits of slowdown during the experience. So you sort of have to take it the way it is right now. It's very dim visually, like it, and if I have any grievance, it's that sometimes the monsters sort of became muddled in the background and were a little difficult to see. I'm not sure if that could be improved by closer field of view or if there'd be just some sort of highlighting done, because I think like some games like this, the characters will be highlighted in like a color on the outside rim of it to identify living creatures, and something like that might help.
I feel like that is definitely something that they should explore, or even, when I said Diablo, I felt like that was pretty close to it, because everything is the splashes of color that you see are generally on enemies, or they're the projectiles that the enemies are shooting. But yeah, for sure, as you get further in, it's not like it gets more colorful. The stuff still is very dimly lit and difficult to see, and at times traverse, because doors aren't apparent. So I would be running around in a circle and be like, oh, where am I supposed to go? And then realize, like, oh, I can go this direction. Maybe if I could rotate the camera a bit, I'd feel a little bit more confident too.
Or it's a little bit more of highlighting. Just a little highlighting, that's it.
Yeah.
But the overall aesthetic is pretty fun in that, like, like Warhammer 40K, I'm a knight, but also I just got a shotgun. And, putting the disparity in, like, time frames, right? That okay, we're going to be in the medieval times, but, guns are a thing. It's like, oh, that's so cool. Yeah, it just reminds me of that kind of like that, like almost like steampunky aesthetic. And in here, you just add in like a little bit of the gothic horror, being attacked by these vicious beasts and creatures and giant mech men. Overall, I just thought that was a very fun aesthetic. Overall, I thought they played well. I didn't have too many issues, but if I only played for like 20 minutes, and if it starts getting a little bit confusing, just a little bit more, what they call signposting, right?
Could for sure help. What do you?
I thought the after the first boss, you start getting like the disease thing sounds like a cool wrinkle. I definitely got to the point where you started doing upgrades and crafting. So I was getting I ended up getting fire rounds on my shotgun, which I thought was cool. And yeah, so you can get adjustments and upgrades and abilities that you can add on or swap out to your character. So having that customization sounds super fun, especially considering that my play style will be different than, say, Joel's or something like that. So playing it a little bit longer, more in depth, you start to get to the late game story stuff, and all of a sudden you have all these options that would be very, very fun. Be very fun.
Yeah. So you gonna play it again?
I think so. Remedium. Yeah.
Do you imagine the guy walking around like, man, America really went to heck, and that's why he's got this gun, and he's just shooting everything that moves?
I'd like to even throw in a different type of gun. Like, give me like a couple different. Like, give me dual pistols, man.
How would you throw the grenade if you were doing dual pistols?
With my teeth. Or just take away your ability to throw a grenade.
Just
Dual
throw
pistols.
the gun.
Throw the gun. Hey, man.
I think that there was that one Max Payne, like game that El Paso Anywhere or Nowhere.
Elsewhere?
Elsewhere, yeah, and that one I believe, like when you reload, you just throw the gun.
Aw. I want to do that.
It's pretty cool.
All right, Sea of Stars. belongs
Are we
in,
talking about Sea of Stars?
belongs in early adopters. Joel, you know that this episode has to come out on Monday then.
Well,
At what
would you
time?
rather wait till next week?
Man,
Let's wait till next week.
I don't care because
Alex said wait till next week. Alec made the call.
All right.
There you go. I can release this. I can release this on Sunday now, and we can mitch. Oof. It's been a day, guys. I'm just
Yes,
not
it
talking.
has. You can call me Texas Frank for the rest of the episode.
All right, Frank.
I don't know what that means.
You know what, Alex? Let's hope that next week things are a little bit more action-packed. Let's go ahead and take a break. Hey News, I'm a theme park veteran after this year. Woo! I'm an adrenaline junkie. I went on all the best rides. You don't even know. You don't even know, Alex.
You sent
Nobody
me
knows.
a whole bunch of Snapchats on it, and yes, I'm very jealous.
I don't even know what a TikTok is, but you know what I do know?
What a Snapchat is.
Hyper Light Breaker delayed to 2024. Oh,
I think
who
that's
is-
fine. Their last outing, Heart something, it didn't hit for a lot of people, and I feel like they need like a hit. So with Hyperlight Drifter being such an underground classic, I think that we could give it a little bit more time. This one could also be in that vein. So take your time.
Nice. Or not nice, depending on if you
We have
wanted...
so many games right now. We have too many games.
Do we?
Yes, there's so many games
You-
coming out, and
You have too many games.
I just don't think. I think it's okay to take a break and not come out with a game this year.
Let them cook.
Yeah,
Alex is trying to beg and plead so that he can take a break here. He's falling behind on content. He needs more content. If you think about it, this week, even if you're listening to this in audio form, Armored Core 6 will have come out.
Fires
Next
of the
week
Jeep.
is Sea of Stars.
Mm-hmm.
What do
Next
we have
week.
in September?
Next week is Sea of Stars.
Starfield?
What's that?
Yeah,
That's a great question. I've heard things about it, though.
But does it run on Linux?
Nothing runs on Linux.
we got Super Bomberman R2, Mortal Kombat 1,
There you go.
Payday 3, The Crew Motorfest.
In September?
Yes. Fae Farm for people who are really interested in that. Let's see here.
Now, while you're thinking of all this,
Baby
you
Shark
also-
Sing and Swim Party.
Can you go back and name all the games that you purchased this year and still haven't finished?
Lies of P is in September. Let's see. We got a lot of them. Yeah, Payday.
Yeah,
3
you're
is
going to have to get Lies of P.
Mm-hmm. Mineko's Night Market. Firefighting Simulator. Dang.
What about October? Don't you have Spider-Man coming up?
Yes.
Man, you're going to have to play Spider-Man this year, too.
While squeezing in a spooky game for October.
Oh, no, October, we got you covered, because on October 26th, Ghost Runner 2 comes out. Remember, we played
Oh, that was
Ghost
a good
Runner?
transition.
We played Ghost Runner here on the podcast.
And the first one was very good. It was a good Mirror's Edge style, like parkour mixed with some melee ninja sword combat. It was very fun. It was these little mini puzzles to the combat. The sequel looks just as good. So
You got a
October 26th.
motorbike in this one? In the sequel?
Apparently.
I didn't think that there was any motorbike in the first one, but we didn't really play too much of it. Just enough to get a taste. Just a taste.
I don't like how you say taste. Let's keep going.
It tastes like a lukewarm hot dog.
No, still not bothering me.
October, don't we also have Alan Wake 2 that comes out?
Yes.
Dang.
That's on Halloween, I believe.
That's crazy.
That's a
What
day one
about-
for you, right, Getty?
What about November? Jeez, November? You got Star Ocean?
When does Mario come out? Is that November?
Oh no, not Star Ocean. Really?
Super Mario
Star
RPG
Ocean?
comes out in November.
Super Mario RPG, Persona 5 Tactica.
Oh, Mario Wonder is on October. Wow. October 20th.
Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name.
I heard that. Getty, you haven't played any of the Like a Dragons that were about Kiryu.
No,
but,
I've not.
He was the main protagonist of the first 6 games, for 7 games, and apparently now he's part of a secret Black Ops government, a la like Fast and the Furious.
Jeez. What about
So
December?
that's what Ishan was.
December? I think on December 1st. Yep, it's right here in the news. SteamWorld Build is coming out December 1st. Played that on the podcast. I enjoyed
That
it.
one I'm skipping on. I'm okay
I
with City
love
Builders.
me some SteamWorld. Nothing quite like robots. Joel is ecstatic for this one. I heard that he's taken the whole week off. House Flipper 2 release date slated for December 14th. You
I'm gonna
flipping
text Kelly,
houses?
No, that's a slow burn game. That's how you get in December, and you just slowly churn through it until March and things thaw out.
When
Boy.
when the Garden DLC comes out.
Yep. Or they had that big house out in with like the snow and stuff. I forget
What
what.
Christmas?
Yeah. Do more of that. That'd be good.
Need that
But-
holiday content, huh?
Hell yeah. Yeah, I think I told Alex earlier, like, now I'll probably wait, but I'll probably get it. That's like the right time of year for it to come out too.
And also supposedly, Power Washer Warhammer 40K DLC is supposedly the fourth quarter of 2023.
Is it?
I
thought
mean-
that was sooner.
Maybe
I mean, the fourth
I'm a
quarter.
little crazy, but wouldn't power washing all those little minis just destroy them?
Maybe it's a mini power washer.
Well, I
Oh,
know what
maybe.
Alec is getting for Christmas.
Yep.
You got a Steam Deck, right?
Yes, I
Well,
do.
then you need Power Wash Simulator. It's too
Nailed
much
it.
fun.
Next.
There's no next. That's all of the releases that we have for this year, man.
Well, we
Now I
have
gotta
a
get into
Fallout
it.
release next year.
No, that's next year. I can wait a whole year for that. No. Oh, I missed one. October 4th, Wordless is coming out.
Wordless.
I don't know. Somebody wrote that here.
Worldless. I thought we talked about that at some
World-
point.
Worldless?
Yes, worldless, yes. Wordless, I don't remember. Worldless, yeah. He said worldless.
I'm dumbstruck. I'm out
Yeah,
of words.
that game looks cool. It's on my wish list. I'm into it.
Okay, now we've covered all of the games that are coming out, and we'll probably remind you again. Maybe. Let's jump over to Charles Martinet. Steps down as the voice of Mario. Becomes the brand ambassador for Nintendo and Mario. Ooh. So
I have a tweet by him that says, I will do this until I die.
not straying too far from the path, but he won't be voicing that character that we all know and love. You think that means we'll get to hear more of your favorite Chris?
Nope. No.
It was inevitable.
I hope not. I really
Chris
hope
Pratt. It's a me.
not. My favorite,
an actor.
My favorite Chris is Evans.
It's a me, Star-Lord.
It's Here we go.
Or Peter Chris from...
Charles Martinet didn't just
Nobody
do
wants to be Peter Chris. Not
Mario.
even Peter Chris.
He also did Luigi, Wario, Waluigi. So, like, obviously not as important characters, but he
Peter
definitely...
Chris is the cat.
All right,
I'm good.
As you were
Thanks.
saying,
Yeah,
sorry.
ready to move on.
Joel. Let's do some reads.
No, hold on. Chris... no. Charles Martinet is a national treasure. You should also check out our interview where I interviewed him at, was it Fan Expo or C2E2? It was Fan Expo.
It was Fan Expo last year. Yeah.
He's
I
a
believe.
lovely man, and he's got a really, really wide resume. He was in Skyrim.
I was not in Skyrim, even though I've played it 3 times. And platinumed it. Yes, I said that. Next piece of news. PlayStation Portal. LOL. I guess that means that Alex is not getting it?
It's $200.
Was somebody going to make you purchase it?
No.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. If you didn't see, it's going to be priced at $200, released later this year. I think that's all that I know about it. Is there any other problem or gripe that you have with it since you're purchasing it?
I mean, I don't know who you're talking to. From my understanding, it doesn't even have Bluetooth. It's just like you can only use like the PlayStation 5 headphones.
Oh, sweet! I have those.
Yeah, I don't even have those.
Those things are sweet.
Oh. So I think it's a product that I don't know if it's really necessary. I mean, I understand what the use case is, especially if you're playing remote play on your phone, but I just don't know. Like that price point is.
What's the battery life on it?
Undisclosed. They haven't even disclosed the weight yet because they're still tinkering. People have gotten hands on, but
pretty
even the
hefty.
hands on. The people who've gotten hands on have said it's got a decent weight that's like not horrible. Like it feels like it's like it's not gonna fall apart. But even like the people at the Sony reps were saying that weight might change.
Okay. All right.
So do we know then, like, maybe it will have Bluetooth?
Probably
Maybe. In their specs, it said it did not.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really make a difference unless you have a PlayStation 5, so that's
Also true.
If you might not be the target audience.
I am definitely not.
Yeah, exactly.
I've only got a Switch
It's really for
And
all
a
those
Steam Deck.
PlayStation perverts.
and a Steam Deck.
Yep. PlayStation preverts.
Is that anything like the, what did you call them, Bethesda stans who you've been griefing on the internet this week, Joel? Can we
I'm
talk
having
about
a good
that?
time.
Joel, you're so cringy.
Oh, yeah, I have the cope, right? I'm seething right now.
My rage knows no bounds.
I don't know what's going on here, but I feel like there's a story. Too bad that's not our news story. Ooh. Gamescom. That's all that's written. Fallout series releases in 2024. What is...
There was Gamescom is the German game festival, but
Yes.
no, I'm not like veering. And at Gamescom, Todd Howard also released just a teaser footage of Fallout, the Fallout TV show, and it was leaked on the internet. So like someone was recording footage of it, which it was only for Gamescom people.
Okay.
And that's why we like some of these announcements that we're posting here are from like Gamescom.
All right.
Cool.
I guess. I mean, you tell me. When it comes to video games, I like to, not pay any attention to a lot of this stuff. Alex is all on the hype train.
Oh, I'm a hype man, man.
He is hype.
I am. Hashtag hype.
All right. Next piece of news. We already did that. I feel like this has got its own target audience. Atari 2600 mini console. Sorry, 2600 plus mini console comes out at some point and comes with 18-in-1 game cartridge and plays original Atari 2600 and 7800 cartridge on pre-order right now for $130. Woo, that was a lot.
So, wait. So it plays the old games?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it actually
Okay.
has a cartridge insert. It comes with an 18-in-1 game with like a lot of the basic Atari standbys. But it's HDMI compatible. It has the actual controllers, like the old style joysticks with the red button and kind of plunger thing going on. This is a funny thing to coincide with me getting my brother's old Atari, because I was looking up ways to allow it to plug into a TV that was a high def TV or some way to stream it. And boy, those connectors, like the old connectors to the TV and to the power, they had different voltage settings you had to choose depending on the TV. So it wasn't just like the aux cable. You had to like tinker with stuff, and it was like, no,
there are a couple.
You had to buy like a kit to convert.
There are
it to
a couple
HDMI.
of people in the gaming industry I follow that are those kind of people, where they're like, let me stream some Atari for you all, and it's like, you have no idea what I had to do to get this running, and it's like, oh man, there's handshakes involved, and voltages and like almost sometimes you have to like rewire some things to another part. It's like, wow, this is complex.
Yep.
And those cables are expensive too. Some of them are like $100.
Yep.
Wow.
I said otherwise there are conversion kits that would actually, you'd have to crack open the system and install some stuff that allow you to do an HDMI pass through. But very cool they're offering this. I don't know what kind of reach there's going to be for something like that, but I'm thinking about it.
I want to say, how many did you pre-order?
Wow. I haven't
Only
pre-ordered
130.
shit.
Do you want me to tell Kelly to get this for you for Christmas?
No.
I can do that.
No.
Joel, this is how you sell it. It's only the price of 2 copies of Armored Core 6. Only.
Fires of Jeep Cherokee.
Only.
I recently just, like, I was driving down the street and I saw a Jeep Rubicon.
Oh, all right. Okay.
It's a car. It's a car.
It is Transformers.
That's a
Ooh.
Decepticon.
Last piece of news that we have for this week, before the best part of the podcast. Denuvo anti-piracy software now available for developers on the Switch. All right.
It'll be a game of cat and mouse. They'll figure out a way around it.
Also, at the same time, I don't think this is necessary. Like, this tends to make systems run worse, but at the same time, it's like the Switch is at the end of its life. So it's one of those things that, like, you're really just, people are just going to find a way around it, because this is, once something goes end of life, it's pretty much fair game for.
Yeah, I wonder if it's more that they're getting certified in advance of the new thing.
Yeah.
Whenever that's coming out, but.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Woo! All right. You ready for this? We're doing freebies. For free.
Freebies.
All right, Alex. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, okay. Homeworld Deserts of Karak over on the Epic Games Store.
A ground-based RTS prequel to the classic Homeworld games, assemble your fleet and lead them to victory on shifting sands of Karak in this compelling strategy game for PC from Blackbird Interactive. It's a baseline RTS. You're building bases, sending out tanks, making air bases, and in the desert, little jeep runners with machine guns and laser guns on the top, and advancing your legions. It's pretty cool. Looks pretty cool. It looks I'm not as familiar with Homeworld, but it does remind me of Dune.
Okay. Next up, we got Trans Ops over on Steam.
Fun, fast-paced third-person tactical shooter with 8 different game modes, all original maps. And this one looks very much like Team Fortress, but only one class. You're just a shooter. Kill confirm, and it's a third-person wannabe, like almost like a Call of Duty. I don't want to say wannabe, but I mean I feel like it's trying to do some Call of Duty stuff. In third-person tactical game, you don't really have a whole lot of HP. You're just pretty much a couple shots and you're down. Siege, but in a bigger style map.
We got Can Strike over on Steam.
Your employers at Fishco are sending in robots to end your strike. Use your union-granted weapons to destroy the waves of robots to keep the strike going. This is first-person, cartoony. You are like your guy just takes a handful of shells, opens his hands, and they get sucked into his shotgun, and then you're ripping off the heads of robots while they shoot oil out of their bodies. This looks real fun and stupid, guys. People should play Can Strike. I think that I'm going to play Can Strike. It's in my library.
Can you report back on it?
Yep. It'll be an episode.
Unsorted Horror over on Steam.
A collection of 5 short first-person horror games that revolve around detailed machinery in a dark dystopian setting. The majority of the games have a playtime of roughly 10 to 15 minutes and can be played through in one sitting. Choose a CD case, read the backside, and go on a small adventure.
Maybe I need that one.
A lot of dread. No, yeah. Again, it looks it looks real cool. It's very ambient. Like it's got a real feel. Everything looks like it's got a just. You don't want to touch things because it feels like they'd be sticky.
Oh man, this reminds me of Stories Untold.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, very akin to that. All right,
it's on my library.
All right, it's there. It's there.
Sticky touches are the worst.
No.
Yeah.
No. There's worse stuff.
Yeah, when you go to check to see if your kid pooed and you accidentally stick your finger down too far, that's worse. In poo.
Aw. Poo
I'm
fingers.
really glad I'm past those days.
Nope, not yet.
Me too.
So what would you call that, though, if you had to name that experience?
I mean, it's a Sue prize, a poo prize.
Would it be like
I would also say you guys aren't out of that phase. You ever like have the poo bag for your dog and you go to pick it up and turns out there's like a rip in the bag?
Thank God, no.
No, I made a deliberate choice to double check and make sure that bag is secure.
I always
There's been
go
some
situations out
situations.
so that I know.
Yeah, I do inside out.
So that I know.
All right, next.
No, I still need to come up with a good word for this. I guess I can think about it. The last one, Viper Trace, over on Steam. That's one word, Viper Trace.
Fight for survival. Industrial waste has disturbed the dangerous Kiru Tories habitat, forcing them into the city. Unlock new areas, purchase weapons and upgrades to grow stronger, and fight off the horde with your friends. It looks like mutated dogs and creatures that are coming at you in waves.
Horrors.
It looks pretty fun. You know, it's a horde wave-based shooter that you can hang out with your friends, upgrade between waves. Looks like a fun, we're all gonna hang out and talk about our days while we're shooting waves of look like tiny velociraptors.
Okay.
Cool. Very cool.
Freebies.
Very neon.
And then this says Mario. I don't know why it says Mario.
What?
Who wrote Mario here?
Joel did.
No. Don't blame me for that.
No. Who did this? Who did
I'm
this?
serious, it was Joel.
Was it?
Joel?
Yeah.
He's been trolling
Slander.
the document for the last 10
Slander.
minutes.
It's Mario time.
You just deleted the rest of the document.
What's a document?
I don't know, man. All right. Hands down.
Getty.
Hands down. Santa
Getty.
Village. Best amusement park in this area. Fight me, Alex.
Getty. We're gonna say
Getty. I don't like their water park.
Never go to water
Take
park.
that,
It's
Getty.
disgusting. Oh, I don't like pee-pee water either, Joel. If I want pee-pee water, I'll take a bath.
This is when our audience learned that Getty takes frequent baths.
Only
Like I
in
said-
Damer Girl bathwater.
That's
Out
disgusting.
of here. I don't like
No,
this.
You thought
No.
about a name for that diaper scenario yet?
I'm still trying to
Are
figure out.
we
I'm thinking I'm going
Are
to
we
call
bottling and selling Ode to Getty?
it a brown oil check.
Oh. Code Brown. Code Brown.
All right, now we're taking a break. We are back with the Backlog Blog, where we play games that were so meh they made a slightly better sequel. hey man, let me tell you about Remnant 2. Or should I call it...
I disagree with that statement. No one said it was meh.
Destiny 2.5.
I prefer Remnant.
The original?
Only because I got real tired of Destiny after like 200 hours.
You played 200 hours? Is that documented somewhere?
Yeah, first game.
The first game? You played 200 hours?
Did we all not play like hundreds of hours of that game together?
I know I played it for hundreds of hours. I don't know what you did. Oh, I remember what you did.
I was going doing my dailies, man.
You died, and then we had to go resurrect you.
That was Destiny. That was Destiny 2, man, and also Destiny 1. But still, Destinies. It doesn't matter.
Remnant 2.
We're playing Remnant 2, and let me tell you, Remnant 2, I die a lot, and then Getty has to res me.
Remnant 2. What can I say about Remnant 2? Third person shooter. It's Destiny. that's what I'm saying. All right, so
it's
Remnant.
Yes. But the thing is, though, is that I like the idea behind it in that it's very like procedurally generated maps, and the worlds, like the biomes, are very randomized. So everybody gets different orders of biomes that they can discover and play.
It's still
and
the same levels.
The bosses are different. The bosses are varied, and I mean, come on. We played a boss that wasn't a boss. It was just like, okay, Getty activated this crystal, and it slowly moves down a spire, and we had to run down. Joel, get this. The crystal's moving down this spire, and it's got a spiral staircase around it, and the crystal has like a damaging like field above it and below it, so you have to be on the same plane as the crystal as it's moving down while enemies are swarming you.
Wow. But it gets better.
There are also crystals along on the staircase that you have to shoot, or they blow up and kill you.
Okay.
All the time.
So it's
enemies
death
are
all over.
Non-stop spawning.
That's the boss.
Wait.
That's the boss.
Wait, Alex didn't explain the part where I found out the hard way, because I had done this before, that there's certain points in the crystal's descent where you have to shoot the roots so that they explode, otherwise it won't go down, or it'll continue to go, like the death field will continue to go down. So here we are. It was like 10 o'clock at night, and I'm like, all right, Alex, let's give this another shot. And I'm like shouting at him. He's not responding at all. And then we get to the bottom, and I'm like, are you muted? And he's like, oh yeah, I was talking the whole time. Like, no.
Hey,
I'm just like shouting orders at him. I'm like, go, stop, don't run there.
And everything, but the thing is, though, is that if you looked, I did it all flawlessly. I did everything that you were shouting orders to me, and I was responding the entire time, going, got it.
It took us like 5 tries, because it is really like intense at those times. I can't wait till Alex gets to the labyrinth boss, where it's just cubes. It's just floating cubes that you have to shoot, while other cubes try and squish you.
Nice.
Great.
That one really pissed me off. I was like, just give me a boss that I can fight. Don't give me all right, here comes a rolling cube.
You want a bullet sponge. That's what you want, Getty.
No, because even the game is all right. There's some parts where I wish they would explain a little bit better, some things that, they want you to find the secrets and they want you to experience it. And, the differing biomes is kind of neat. Not knowing what to expect when you start up a fresh roll of the map. But the story just isn't there. As you progress further, it feels like they were just like, here's the game. They spent a lot of time on the game. It feels very good. Like I said, going from area to area, you'll have to re-encounter different enemies, really learn patterns, upgrade your weapons as you go, and the amount of pickups are way more, in my opinion, or the quality of them makes you feel like you're doing a better job than in the first one. In the first one, you just pick up like tons of garbage. And that's like the Destiny experience. You just pick up garbage the whole time, and then eventually you get something good. In this one, you'll find rings, and they'll do a substantial thing. Most of them like a percentage change, like you have 10% more stamina. And as you like invest more points in stamina, that makes a difference. But once you hit a certain point, you're like, man, if I don't spend hours grinding, then I'm not going to be able to get any further.
Yeah. And I'm doing like, when I'm not playing with Getty, I'll just like jump into a random person's game just to like, oh yeah, we beat this boss, and it's, oh, does that count towards my progress? No, but I also got a whole bunch of upgrade materials, so it's like, okay. I found that these games like this, and I was playing Monster Hunter on my stream, Monster Hunter Rise, and I just I don't have that much fun playing these games solo, and luckily enough, there are just infinite ways to just have your game be nothing but multiplayer with randos, and it kind of just works. And people kind of, I mean, obviously, you know, it's not gonna be perfect, right? Some people just don't know how to play or fight the bosses, et cetera, et cetera. But for the most part, if you just kind of have half a brain, the game will kind of do the rest for you. And I think that's something that's very commendable. Because I did a boss probably like 15 times with two randos who were not on microphone. I was in their world. But at the same time, every try got a little bit better. That by the end, we were like hyped and we were like, we beat the boss real. Like it took 15 tries, but no one got, like, again, no one was on mic, so no one was getting mad. It was just like, all right, do it again. And eventually we all got it down, and it was really good. So with Remnant, like, I feel like that I'm not making it. Getty did a lot of it solo, and I feel like that possibly is like part of it. But for me, I'm not. Then I'm not gonna like this game. So doing it multiplayer, hanging out, not taking it too serious, but also just like enjoying the world for what it is. It's a good one. Remnant 2 is very good.
Oh yeah, no, I had fun playing single. I'm not knocking that. I'm just telling you, like, man, they decided that they were going to spend all their money on the game and how it plays, and then for the story, that's when they were like, man, I still got $15. let's try and make this a good one. Like, the ending made me cringe. So Alex, I'm sure we'll experience it together at some point.
Yeah.
I don't want to wreck the experience, because you know that these games are not about necessarily how the story goes. It could be better, but it's all about, you know, hanging out with your friends and just playing it and trying different things and seeing what you enjoy. Because the subclasses that they added, they're a little bit more interesting than last time. I'll tell you, I've switched it up a few times just to see how they play. So,
I mean, after our first session, I got a sniper and I got the medic. So
yeah,
like right off the bat, it's pretty good. Right?
But I told you about those because they aren't explicitly clear on how to get them either.
It does the thing. It does the thing, Joel, where they give you the hub world, and then they just give you like dozens and dozens of vendors, and the vendors aren't always there. And it's not like a temporary thing. It's like depending on how far you are in the story, it'll like a vendor will just appear and be like, "Hey, you're doing pretty good out there. Now I'm here," but no one tells you that. So it's like every time you make big progress in the story, go back to the main hub world and just walk around and maybe
talk to everybody.
Vendors there.
Oh, but the items. Okay. So it's like,
and the vendor sold me 2 classes.
Yeah,
which is the sniper.
But it didn't tell you that it was an item that would unlock a class. I was like, hey, Alex, go buy this dog whistle. It's not even a class.
He's not even a class. He sells me a whistle and a nurse's badge.
Yeah. Straight up, I was like, go buy this whistle. And he's like, oh, what do I do with this? Like, now go talk to this guy.
I didn't even need to talk to that guy. The whistle just automatically unlocks sniper. And then the badge, the nurse's badge, automatically gave me the medic class, which is like, that's not...
He did have to unlock them. He's lying.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, because I was like, now go talk to this guy. And you're like, oh, now I have more classes. All right. So primary and secondary.
It's a poor system, but I still like this game.
Yeah.
It felt good when we played it. A very good feeling shooter.
It still feels good now.
It's pretty good. But I can't wait to experience some of those things with Alex so that he can be like, man, F this. Like, that's just dumb. Like, yeah, it is. All right, what else did we play this week? Viewfinder. I played this a while ago.
And I beat it today.
Viewfinder.
So, Viewfinder is a game that we played at Summer Game Fest, and it was a first-person puzzler that you will get like a photograph of, you would take a photo of a doorway, and then you'll see a fence that you need to get on the other side. If you put the photo of the doorway in front of you, it will magically be in front of you, opening the fence. The photos just appear in the real world. In fact, so much so that it cuts away the actual world. Like you see large chunks taken out of the world to be replaced by this photo. It's very trippy. And the game does a lot of cool stuff with perspective in it. And what I found like interesting, I didn't expect, is that the way the story goes, you are traveling to different hub worlds on a train, and each hub world has different thematic puzzles. So you will get a hub world that has, say, like puzzles that the teleporters will only be unlocked by, like, there's like a wire that will have a receiver on it, and you have to find a way to make audio appear. Usually there's like stereo speakers around, and you have to put the stereo speaker near the receiver, and that will unlock the teleporter to the next level.
Or the batteries.
But it gets like, or batteries, or sometimes my favorite hub world was just one that it was just stupid, almost mean perspective puzzles. You'd be walking forward, and all of a sudden you'd see like a doorway, but there would be no ground, and you're like, that's messed up, I can't go that way.
That one was
when
mean.
Really, as soon as you like get close enough, there's a path that's painted like there's no floor, but it's just painted that way. There's actually a path, but there's a lot of it. There's a lot of those puzzles where at one point I was looking everywhere, and the doorway I came through, next to it was a stairway, but it was painted so that it just looked like it was nothing, like a wall. And I was like, that's just mean. So you're really just running into every wall hoping to find the hidden perspective puzzle. So that's pretty fun. And at the end, you get the classic. This happens a lot in puzzle games where you have like a timer, and you have to do a bunch of puzzles rapid fire, and the puzzles it goes through the gamut of all the ones you've already learned. So it's like a final test, and you have to go through and do like 20 puzzles in a row within 5 minutes, and they do have like, oh, here's the perspective puzzles now, and here is the speaker puzzles now, and here's all these other puzzles, and they're all very clever. It's all very, very clever. In that one, when you're going through all 20 puzzles, it actually tells you, it goes, maybe take extra photos because they will carry through. So I just started taking like straight pathways, and whenever it would give me a gap, I just start putting straight pathways to get to the solution I needed to. It was like my little like cheat, and it always feels like there are multiple ways to solve these problems. I definitely saw a couple where I just brute forced it, what they wanted.
There's nothing wrong with brute force.
Yeah. There was one that you had a pressure plate that you had to stand on, and you had but if you got off of it, it instantly would shut down the portal. So what I did was I kept taking different perspective photos of the pressure plate and the portal, and I made like a triangle to the point that I would step on one pressure plate and I'd be right next to another portal, and I could just touch it. It was real dumb. It was real. Again, that one felt like that was not supposed to be the solution, but I did it.
No, they make it. So they made it in a way that your solution might be different. At the beginning, most of the solutions that you're going to have are very similar because you're picking up just a photograph that's on a table. But when you get the camera, then it really opens it up. So anything that you see in the environment, you can repurpose for yourself. And some of the stuff is just stupid fun to do. Like, take an item that's on the ground. There was this little cleaning bot that appears at one point.
Yeah, it was like a Roomba.
Yeah, so I took a picture of him, and then I dropped him on the map. So now there's two of them. Take another picture. Now there's 4 of them.
No, there's 4.
And then you just keep going, and it's like 80 of... At one point, I think I had 20 or so, and they're just all circling, and... you just have stupid fun with a game like this. It really
actually
gives you the capability
I
to.
crashed the game, and it wasn't the game's fault. At the end, whatever you take a photo of gets sucked into a black hole, and I was struggling with a puzzle, and I just kept taking more and more photos and kept putting new objects everywhere, and it got to the point that the game started like really chugging because there was like 7 black holes sucking in matter while also giant pathways going through geometry, and I was like I don't know if the game can handle this, and it at one point I got frozen, and I was like, I should probably restart this game because I really foobarred my environment here.
Yikes.
But I mean, again, that's kind of the fun of it, is that you have these opportunities to do these stupid solutions that may or may not work or may not be what was intended, to the point that the game can't even handle it, and that's fun. That's real silly. I will say that the critique I have is that with some of these puzzle games, the story can be, like a Portal that's very funny. Talos Principle is a little bit more serious, but still kind of funny. I feel like this one went for a more like very serious story, and I don't know if that's what I wanted really. I don't know. Like I don't know if I was like. It's not that I wasn't
too
prepared,
bad.
It just was
because that's what you got.
It just wasn't exactly what I wanted, which was like a super serious like story. So.
I enjoyed the story. It was cute at times. The narrator that was helping you along, and then also
the cat. Kate?
I was gonna say also the cat. Oh, yeah. They were nice additions. Otherwise, you're just there with your thoughts for a lot of it. The story components you can pick up here and there, but they needed those characters, and they need to give you a little bit of drive.
That's very true. So yeah,
right.
Viewfinder was excellent. I think that it was a very fun perspective puzzle game. I'm glad I really enjoyed my time with it. I think that again the puzzles really made me think, and there was a lot of aha moments. So
who says that we're not playing games here? New games. They're a liar. We most certainly are. All right, let's start to do this thing. Get to the end of the episode. All right, guys, this week's One Last Thing is going to be brought to you by slapping you with a fish since your homework is due. Guys, what's going on with video game homework? You even playing these games?
I got to the same point you did, Getty. So
okay, I think Alex and I are ready to talk.
Yep.
When do you want to talk about it?
Sooner
Joel, this was
better.
your video game homework, sir.
I just assigned it. I didn't give a due date.
It's never due.
Let's see. Today's the 24th. Not next week. The 14th
of May.
Of September. May. Are we going back in time?
No, understand the future. You have to go
a
back
long
in time.
time to play.
Okay.
We'll do the 14th.
Okay.
That should be fine. So then we have a couple of weeks to figure out spooky time homework for the year, and then
you're up after that, Getty. So
do I have to pick spooky time? I thought we did that one by
talking
committee.
about video game homework. Yeah.
No, I know, but
yeah.
I mean,
and then also I never did my Alex's Game of Shame, which I definitely could do if you want me to.
I don't know I don't know that I want a Game of Shame just yet.
Okay.
Why is it
I'm just saying
shame?
I have one in the wings.
Why would you do this?
Because it's fun to make it a little I found an indie game that we should all play like 25 minutes of and then talk about it.
I figured we could do that at some point. It's not like we have anything better to do. Oh, that's my one last thing. I'm probably going to play Armored Core. I don't think anybody else is going to play it.
Fires of the
Grand Cherokee.
Grand Cherokee.
I heard it's hard. I also heard that it's hard, so.
Cool.
Yeah. Alex?
I've decided that I'm not going to get Armored Core, not out of not wanting it, but I feel like I do have way too much vegetables on my plate that I should eat first.
He's
First
never
up,
going to finish it.
Dead Space remake.
Oh, I played that this year.
Yeah, I should finish it this year.
I almost finished playing it the second time. Man, I should go back and finish that. Joel.
Dumpster diving. You should call it dumpster diving.
When you stick your finger into the diaper and...
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you
that's
call
acceptable
it
to me.
a brown
It tells me
dumpster dive?
it tells me everything I need to know without being gross. Yep.
Lukewarm hot dog. There we go. That was your one last thing? A dumpster dive? You want to talk about video games?
I'm also not getting Armored Core 6, but I really would like to. It's going to have to wait.
2 down.
It's going to have to wait.
Who's going to play this game? Alec.
I am going to get Armored Core 6.
I don't believe
Not at launch, though. I'm going to wait for it to go on sale.
It's going to be a while.
So I'll get it in like 5 years. But I guess I should probably actually play more than a couple hours of the video game homework. Yeah.
Maybe. Mm-hmm. But you only have to really play like 5 hours, so...
Yep.
Okay.
Alec, have you been playing Baldur's Gate?
A little bit. I hope to get some more time in tomorrow, but I've got a sick kid, so that's going to limit my time.
That'll do it.
That'll do it. That'll do it for this week's episode of Super GG Radio. Before we go, you can find us on Twitter at Super GG Radio and twitch.tv/Super GG Radio, where Thursdays are for podcasting. You might be one of many single one viewer who is watching us right now.
We've got two.
2 viewer. Thank you, 2 viewer. We appreciate it. Saturdays, Joel and Kelly attempt to escape the Escape Academy. I feel like that's not what they've been doing, though.
No.
It was a Disney Island adventure. What is it?
Cards on the table. We haven't been doing Saturdays lately.
Oh my gosh. That's okay.
I do feel compelled to finish Escape Academy before we go to Disney Illusion Island, though. So we will be wrapping that.
Okay. We also appreciates that. That takes us to Mondays. Mondays, Alex is hunting monsters.
Yeah, I did it.
In Risei.
Monster Hunter Rise is tons of fun. I'm glad I'm into it. My computer crashed midstream, so that was a little frustrating. But the actual time spent hanging out with people on the internet and hunting some monsters was real intense. It was real intense. I had a great time. I have a giant axe that turns into a giant sword. So, cool stuff all around.
Cool. And then we got Tuesdays where Alex has some Skater XL action going on. And
yeah, I'm stacking clips, getting some clips for the Tickety Talks, posting up my sick technical tricks on TikTok after I stream. Skater XL and chill, listening to some hip hop beats, and hanging out, doing kickflips. It's better for my knees to play Skater XL than to actually skateboard.
Oh yeah, I agree with you there, 100%. I don't skateboard though, so just worried about your knees, buddy. All right, Wednesdays. Joel is finally gonna be the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You seem disheartened, Joel.
Go figure. It is a fun but challenging experience playing Disco Elysium. We'll save it for a later date, but I keep on being told I'm close to done, so I'm counting down the days until that happens. So.
All right. Just let us know when you're done.
Yep.
Okay. If you'd like to reach us with questions or input, our email address is mail@superggradio.com, and provide us a review on iTunes or the podcast app of your choice. Thanks for listening, and good game, Alex.
GG, Getty.
Good game, Joel.
Good game.
Good game, Alec.
GG.
Nailed it. 2 hot dogs in lukewarm water.
I'm pretty sure that's a Limp Bizkit album.
Outside of a Home Depot.
There we go.